Hey there, wonderful world of social media. Yours truly, Jimmie Williams, better known as the Wisdom Economics Coach. Greetings to all of you. I've been praying for you. I'm hoping that you're all prospering in all of your respective places, whatever you're trying to do, whether it be from real estate to finance, if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, attorney, or whatever you're doing. From me to you, from my family to yours, I wish you nothing but the best. And I pray that the Most High Yah continues to bless all that you put your hands to. Well, it's been a long time since you've heard from me, but I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to get on here and do another video for you guys. But I try to give you something every 2 weeks, somewhere in there, or once a week. But as time progresses, I'll be able to give you more. We have so many big projects going on. It's just been really hard for me. So, you will hear from me more often. All right. Many of you know me as the Wisdom Economics Coach on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So take a moment and subscribe. If you're on my YouTube channel, please click on that little red button, and there should be a little bell there so you can get notifications from me. I have some big updates for you today. So if you will, since you guys have been following me for so long, take some time and write some things down. And hopefully what I say today is going to help you go a little bit further in your journey to success in the areas of finance, okay? Couple of major updates I want to go over, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be talking about here really quick so you can have an idea of what this is going to be about. And I want to keep it within 15 to 20 minutes or less than that because I know you guys have things to do. Number one, I want to talk about a major update as it pertains to our media venture. Many of you remember that we were launching our own Black-owned media network. We were partnering with another group of people that were involved. And we got to the closing table, we got to the end, we were getting ready to launch. And as some of you already know this, I made several videos, put a lot of seed money into getting the videos right. And so you guys can see a proper introduction of what it was going to be about. And I talked about the platforms that we would be on. We were going to be on, all smart TVs, cell phones, no matter if you had an iPhone or if you had, a smartphone, didn't matter. We were going to be on Roku, Amazon Fire or Amazon Fire Stick, all those platforms, guys. We're going to be worldwide. And, we got close to closing, and many other platforms too that I don't have time to talk about, but we were about to go live and we started having problems with the infrastructure and communication and, the quality of what the content was going to look like. So, you guys would have been able to see me not only on social media, I was transitioning over to like main media where you could see me anywhere. If you have a Roku or a smart TV, or your cell phone, you could find me, you could find us, you could find the Wisdom Economics Coach. But that's not the case because that deal went sour toward the end. So I'm giving you guys a heads up in the spirit of integrity to let you know that we're working on a different platform. We're going to get it soon. It's just taking us a little longer than we thought, but this has been delayed, okay? The media venture has been delayed. So the website was we31lovetv.com, which never fully launched, so we're not going to be doing that. We had to part ways with our other partners for specific reasons that we can't really get into right now. So give me a little more time. Give us anywhere from 3 to 6 more months, and we're going to have the perfect platform that's going to be great for all of you guys, so you can subscribe and see what we're doing and follow us that way, okay? Again, my apologies for the delay with that. Number 2, here we go. Cryptocurrency. What's the crypto fear? What's going on with the fear? What is that all about? I'm here to tell you, and I told you this in the other video. When you invest in cryptocurrency, a couple things. You have to invest with patience. I made a video, I talked about the power of crypto coupled with the power of patience. And if you don't have patience, don't invest. It's just like anything else. Stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, especially the stock market. You guys see how that thing fluctuates. You have to have patience if you're going to be wealthy investing in the stock market. Real estate investing, same principle. You can't be one and done. If you want to get in real estate and you want to make quick cash, as I've told you guys before, you buy a property, for $100,000, it's worth $200,000. You put 20 grand into it. You put it on the market, you sell it for $200K. You put 80,000 in your pocket over 3 or 4 months. That's cash flow, but that's not how you really create wealth. If you're going to create wealth with real estate, it's more buy and hold. You have to wait for long periods of time before the equity accumulates. Well, cryptocurrency is no different. Sometimes, yes, you can get involved and you can become a millionaire overnight. just like a lot of people did with Dogecoin. They got in, you know, one gentleman, you know, I'm not going to say his name. I'll put a link so you can see his story, but this is a true story. One gentleman put in about $250,000 of his savings into Dogecoin way back in, I think it was early this year when it was with pennies on the dollar. And then in April, when Dogecoin shot up to 70 cents, you know, a share, he became an instant millionaire, just like that. And he refused to sell. What do you think happened the other day? The other day, the market crashed. You know, Dogecoin went down to about 20 cents a share or less than that. And he lost $167,000 in a day. He said, I refuse to sell then, I refuse to sell now. He has the right mentality about investing. So he understands eventually that market's going to turn. That's the same thing with real estate. But before I get to real estate, just understand something. This gentleman understands that being a long-term investor, an investor is going to be successful. It's long-term. Remember, it's longevity. If you don't have longevity, you're going to be filled with fear all the time. Oh, I lost $10,000. I lost $5,000 here and there. Because you want to jump in there and take your money out quick in 3 or 4 months and make $20,000 profit. It doesn't always work that way. It's the same thing with the real estate market. Okay, one of my personal mentors, I haven't talked to him in some time now, but he was, when I was in Orlando, Florida, before I moved here to the Atlanta area, he has his own title company with real estate. He was a real estate attorney, not attorney, pardon me. He was an investor, he was a broker, and he had his own title company. And he had several employees, you know, and he was fixing flips and all that. He had a lot of buy and hold property. And he was worth about $10 million. He had several properties all over the city of you know, Orlando and Kissimmee. And in one day, he told me he lost 90% of his net worth. In other words, his properties devalued 90%. So he went from being worth $10 million to being worth $1 million. Lost $9 million in equity, just like that. But he had been in the real estate business for about 25 years. And he gradually became wealthy over time. But he understands what can happen. The market can crash. This does happen. What do you think he did? He stayed in, and things began to turn around for him several years later. This is what I'm trying to get you guys to see. You have to make sure that you're long-term with whatever you're doing. And when he told me that story, I was horrified in my mind because I wasn't thinking long-term wealth. If you're thinking short-term, then yeah, I wouldn't tell you to invest anything more than the amount you can afford to lose. That's the Warren Buffett rule we always talked about. That's the investor's rule, to be honest with you. If you have $100,000 in the bank, you can only afford to lose $10,000. You never take the $100,000 and invest it. You only take the $10,000. So if it fluctuates, it goes to zero. Who cares, right? I mean, you don't want to lose money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you don't want to pull your hair out. As you can see, my hair is, I have no hair up here, right? But if I had hair, I'd be pulling it off. If I put my whole $100,000 into Dogecoin or some other crypto, and I lost all of it. A lot of us did. You know, I got Dogecoin at like 31 cents a share. Okay, and it went up and I made some money on it, right? And I did not sell because patience is the key. It went down, now it's below 20 cents a share. It's like 23 cents a share as I'm talking here today. But who cares? I let it stay and let it sit. And it's gonna, you know, basically, eventually it's gonna materialize into, you know, $1 a share, $2 a share. It could be a year from now, whatever. But I don't have in more than I can afford to lose, so I can let it sit there. While I do one other thing. Diversify. Now I'm jumping the gun here, but I'm going to go over at the end here why we diversify, so you'll understand this is the true way to get wealthy the right way without pulling your hair out. So to get rid of the fear, guys, you have to change your mindset about short-term investing. If you're going to do short-term investing, you want to profit. Again, find some other niche, but don't do stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and crypto, or long-term buy and hold real estate. It's not going to work for you. All right. So to conquer the fear, change your mindset. I keep telling you guys that nobody's listening. you know, you got guys that want to be instant millionaires overnight over here. That's, you know, that can happen. But the bad side of that, you can lose everything overnight. Then you have those that are patient. They understand the process. I always tell you, and I'm going to say it again, don't cheat this system. What system? The economic structure, the wealth system. You can try to cheat it, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work, I promise you. All right, I tried it, tried the shortcut. I tried business after business. I tried things over and over again. I refused to quit until I found what my niche was, but there was no shortcoming to becoming successful. There's no shortcomings to it. There's no shortcuts. Now, mentors can help you with the learning curve. They can. But basically what you do is you're actually learning from their mistakes. So somebody had to pay the price is what I'm saying to you. But even if you get a mentor that circumvents your time of you learning and becoming wealthy of, let's say, 5-10 years, you're not going to just get there from A to Z overnight is my point. So change your mindset. That's going to conquer the fear. Okay. Cryptocurrency is doing some major things under the sea. Some of these other currencies that we don't hear about, they are exploding. And this same guy, like I told you, who lost all his money in one day, he's still, he has the right mindset. He's not selling. He has other cryptos to back it up, to again, diversify. Even in crypto, you diversify in stocks and bonds, you diversify in real estate. And it will conquer the fear when you learn how to have the spirit of patience. It's not an easy thing to do. I think I spoke enough on that, so let's keep on rolling here. I'm going to make some videos in the future because I want to show you guys, how to cash out when you actually invest in tech stocks when it's time to take your money out. Okay, I'm in the process of doing something right now with one of my tech stocks, and it actually it tripled in a year. I bought it last year about May. One particular company, I'm going to make a video about it later, but I want to tell you guys, you got to be careful on how you cash out with tech stocks. Crypto's pretty easy. You just, you buy or sell and you just withdraw it, right? Stocks and bonds, you buy or sell, that's how it works. Tech stocks is a little bit different. Sometimes and I'm going to tell you my scenario, sometimes when a company, you invest in that company, whether it's 1,000 shares, whatever it is, and all of a sudden they sell the company to someone else, sometimes they'll give you the option, they'll email you, because I just got an email recently, it said, hey, Jimmie, listen, this other company came in and bought us out. However, our stock tripled in a year. If you want to transfer those stocks over to the new company, this is what you got. You got to sign this document over here. Or here's another document for us to cash you out, to send you the money to your bank account, or, to sell your stocks. And I was looking, and here's the thing, guys. One thing about myself, and I think many of you understand about yourselves, we don't know everything. We're still learning the process. Tech stocks is fairly new to me. I bought a ton of them last year, and I didn't know how they really worked. All I know is that a lot of billionaires and millionaires are jumping on, and 2 or 3 years later, they sell their stocks. So when I got that email from this company, I didn't really know how to respond because I saw all the verbiage in the 2 contracts they sent me. And the verbiage was I wasn't really familiar with it. So then I started seeking counsel. And they were saying, okay, Jimmie, be careful when you sign that, because if you sign it and you don't know what you're signing, you could lose, the equity that was accumulated. Like I told you guys, it went from being X amount of dollars over here. If it was 1,000, it became 3,000 now. But if I sign the document not knowing what I'm doing, I may not get the equity when the payout comes, or I may not transition over to the new company the right way. You know what I mean? To make sure I can keep those stocks. So I found out that I needed a certain type of attorney, a securities commission attorney is one of the kind of attorneys I need. And there's another kind that I need as well. But the ones that can actually tell you and show you exactly how to go about, cashing out on those deals so you don't lose money. But I'm gonna make a video talking about it, because tech stocks right now, guys, again, it goes back to one thing. You have to diversify. You just can't rely on crypto. You can't just rely on real estate, especially today. And again, I'm gonna go there in a minute. But man, when I looked at my portfolio, I think my portfolio, last year was worth and it's on the small end. I bought 40 tech companies. I bought some stock in 40 of them. And it was worth $12,000 or $13,000 last year. Well, now it's worth about $20,000, $25,000. The entire portfolio is. But one of those stocks jumped 3 times. And man, let me tell you, cashing out is key. Because if you don't know what you're doing toward the end, and when you go and you sign the wrong documents, you don't know what you're signing, you don't get that equity. And that's all about the equity. It's all about the equity. So I'll make a video for you guys, so I can show you, I can show you exactly what I did and how I got the counsel before I signed the docs and got my payout. I'm still trying to decide if I want to just transfer over to the new company and, my stocks were 3 times as much as it was last year. But if I transfer to the new company and they go global or something and, they become better, that stock will become 10 times as much in maybe 2 years. This is how, Jay-Z and Nas and all these guys made so much money. They took $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, put it in a company, 50 million, and 3 or 4 years later, it became 10, 20, 30 times the value as it was when they got in. Next to crypto, I think this is the way to go. Okay, but first of all, you got to know what you're doing. You got to know where to go to get the good tech stocks, and then I'll show you how to cash out the right way. All right. Last but not least, I know we've been talking about this already, the importance of diversifying. If you don't diversify, you're putting all your eggs, all your opportunities in one basket. You cannot afford to do that, especially in the 21st century, especially coming out of a pandemic. Believe it or not, more billionaires and millionaires were created through the pandemic. Why do you think that was? They found a way to fill a need. When masks were needed, the N95 masks, you know, all these people coming up, you know, buying a ton of masks and, you know, wholesaling, and wholesaling them back to the audience. You know, when I say the audience, I mean back to us or their clients, or the people that were looking on saying, I need a mask. They were, you know, buying them for, 50 cents and selling them for $2. Well, if you sell 1 million of them at $2, you make $2 million. So they found a way to make things happen in the pandemic. But then you had a lot of people in the pandemic that went backwards. Some of you that's listening to me, you lost everything. You know, my wife and I did very well through the pandemic. We were able to, we got funding. We made, our bank statements was almost $1 million last year in a few of our businesses. And we gave away a ton of money. We paid over, $200,000 to our employees. We did some cool things last year that most people weren't able to do because we found a way to fill a need and help our clients. But some of you guys fell backwards. Now that the pandemic is coming to an end, you want to make sure you refocus, re-energize, and get your mindset right. And the first thing you have to understand about investing and creating wealth is you must diversify. When we did well last year, we took part of the funds, we invested in tech stocks, crypto, real estate. The property that we got the property that we're in today through lease to own is what we did. When we moved here 7 months ago, back in December, we bought the property for less than $300,000, guys. 4 acres of property, 4 acres of land. The property's, 2,500 square feet. It's just me and my wife. It's just us, right? And 2 stories. And that's an old house, but the land and the value where it is, in 7 months, it's valued at $350,000. It is a seller's market right now, not a buyer's market, because when you sell something, you want to make good profit on it. If you buy something, you want to save money. The time to buy was December. For us, we're not going to sell it now because the equity is going up because they're creating new things here in this area. And I'm not sure if you guys know this, but here in the Conyers area, that's outside of Atlanta, we're not that far from Black Wall Street. And so the equity is going up because, they just opened a shopping center that has 100 Black businesses there. And so the equity is just shooting up. So we are doing the right things at the right time. And we want to show you guys how to be able to do that. It's not easy to do. It takes some thinking. It takes some strategizing. You have to have, your modus operandi has to be consistent. When I say modus operandi, it's your MO, or your way of doing things. And you have to have the ability to see the future. That's why having a team around you who can do more than you and can think outside of the realm of just your realm, they have to be able to do things that you can't do to make your whole team effective and stronger, so you can see what's going on. You can, put together a plan of action, and then you can sit down and you can implement it, you know what I mean, and bring it to fruition. So you guys, you and your team can prosper going into 2022 and further. It's amazing what you can do when you have the right team. Learning to diversify all that you do is going to take some time. You want to know what to invest in, what to stay away from. If you're in stocks, you want to know what stocks to stay away from. Cryptocurrency, which ones to stay away from. You're not going to know everything because it is still a risk, but you can calculate risk. You can limit it with the proper knowledge and understanding, when you get the right information. All right, we want to show you how to do that. We don't just talk it, we do it ourselves. I love to see teachers and, sometimes so-called gurus telling you something and it's good information, but I love even more to see people that actually have done it. They can teach it better because they have the experience. They're teaching from a place of knowing it because they felt it. They made the mistakes. You're talking to a man, you're looking at a man that, tried over 50 different businesses in my 46 years of living. All right? And I had over 50 odd jobs. So collectively, I've tried over 100 things to make money. I'm not going to tell you something that's not true. You know, I have over 20,000 members in our Facebook group, you know, JW Acquisitions and Development Group. You know, I have 100,000 Instagram followers. We have 20,000 YouTube followers, 20,000 Twitter followers, and so forth and so on. And so having all of that, having said all that, there's a lot of time we put into this, and we want to make sure we give you profitable information, not just information that we're just talking out of our, you know, out of the sky, just something we're making up. We want to give you facts. We want to give you truth on what it takes to make it. I hope what I said here, you know, you guys take notes. Do what you got to do to get to the top. It is going to be a process. I always tell you guys, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. I'll see you at the top, okay? From Arlene, she's in the other room, and myself, we love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.